Hello again, and welcome to my channel, A Weird Sister. My name is Nicoletta, and this is my channel, Weird Sister. We discuss anything and everything, PTSD, anything you're going through, entrepreneurship, you name it, it's on here. We've been focusing on entrepreneurship mostly in my prior videos, and every time I start a new video, I introduce a new piece of art that I have. Well, new to you, but they're on my website. This piece is on my website. This is one of my original art pieces. It was also in the prior video on Tuesday. So this video is going to be about how the struggle is real and toxic positivity. So one of the things that I've always noticed in my career, both careers, for software and for art, because I have two different career sides. I've been in software and sales and customer service and corporate stuff, and then I have my art business, and my other ventures. And one thing I always noticed about the corporate side of things that's starting to trickle into the other creative sides of things that I have is toxic positivity. And that's that you need to keep positive. You need to maintain a sense of you have it all together when you don't. And that's not how the world works. That is another lie that you're being fed on your journey if you're an entrepreneur. The world is trying to teach us that if you just push through, if you do all this stuff, that's, going to be the best thing for you, and it's not. Because essentially what toxic positivity is manufactured from what I'm seeing, is millionaires and billionaires sitting up at the top that don't want to lose their workforce, and they don't care about burnout, and they don't care about people like completely collapsing on the floor. That's not how the world works. Not everything revolves around your yacht or your trip to Spain. Like, these are real people. These are real assets. Like, that's not how people function. And when you get to a toxic level of work-life balance, but you're maintaining this toxic positivity of, oh, I'm going to go get it. I'm a hunter. I'm going to get all my leads. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. I'm going to do the other thing. And, I'm going to hit my quotas and do all this crazy shit this month, even though you've had trouble with your quotas the months before, or your leads that you've been seeing have been subpar. I'm going to do it, and everyone can do it. Beyonce has 24 hours in a day just like me. Beyonce is also a billionaire. Beyonce also has a completely different life from you. Beyonce isn't even in the same tier structure as you. I'm not saying don't achieve to go to be Beyonce. By all means, go do it. But just be real with yourself. Don't make yourself burnt out because of somebody else wanting a bigger paycheck. And then your paycheck, which they keep telling you, oh, it's going to be so great, it's going to be so big, it's going to be so wonderful. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. I don't know your structure, but in most commission structures I've seen, Uncle Sam takes a lot of your commission. Uncle Sam takes a lot of the pie that you baked. And when you look at your commission check at the end of the day, after thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars have been taken out of your check, and that other person is sitting somewhere in some foreign country or on their yacht or God knows where else, and you're like, man, I thought I was going to make this quota commission. Man, I did everything that they said that I was going to do, and it just didn't happen. Why am I sitting so low in my commission? And then you end up having a Chevy Chase National Lampoon Christmas level breakdown one day, because your boss decided that instead of those bonuses that maybe you get a jelly of the month club or some corporate swag. Don't go pushing yourself for shit that doesn't matter. I guarantee you, whatever corporate you're working in or whatever situation you're in, working for a company somewhere else besides yourself, they're sucking everything out of you. And what do you have when you go home? What does your family have when you go home? What can you give your family of yourself after you've drained yourself for somebody else's vision every day? And I know that it's hard to balance doing your full-time business and that it may be comfortable to keep that corporate job for however long you need to keep it. But remember to invest in yourself. Remember that burnout is real. It's a part of our everyday. If you're in sales, if you're in customer service, if you're in any kind of commission field, any kind of corporate structure of account management, at the end of the day, what do you have to give in your life to your family? You don't really have much, probably. You're probably so burned out. And then you're thinking, man, I have this other vision and I want to complete it, but just I don't have the time. Make the time. And if that company values you as an asset, they will help you make that time. Go at it for you. When you think about how burnt out you've become in comparison to what you've done for this company, and they've given you nothing in return, or you're not where you want to be, I can tell you from everything that I've seen working in the fields that I've worked in, that at the end of the day, you are just another number. You're a number. You're not a person to them. You're a number. But when you wake up in the morning, that number is breathing. That number is living. That number has goals. That number has dreams. That number has aspirations. That number has a family. That number has people that care about them. You're not just something that needs to be dealt with or a situation because you want to better yourself or further yourself. And when I was in corporate culture, that's how I was talked to. I had a lot of good goals and aspirations for a few of the companies I worked for. It doesn't look like a company anymore. And you realize, you know what? I'm probably better off on my own. And that all comes from your self-worth and your confidence. And if you look at my other videos, I kind of talk about how you can go about that. Getting your self-worth, getting your self-confidence back. You got to put yourself out there. You got to make time for it. You got to get yourself going on the side. It's not about having another part-time job. You need something that's going to make you money that you are in control of. Because anything that someone else is in control of your direct deposit or your bank account, that is your liability. And you need to make it so that all the liability for that situation is in something that you can control, something that you can manage, something that you can take care of, something that you've cultivated that you feel really great about, whatever it is, whether it's landscaping, house cleaning, dog walking, an art business, being a notary, anything that you can possibly think of that would be a good, profitable side gig. And that is going to help you with your self-worth so that you realize this full-time job, who cares? you know? They're there for me, they have benefits, they have that, but they're ruining my mental and emotional health. They're ruining my ability to function as a human being that's in a spot where human beings have evolved thousands of years. And here I am sitting as a modern day person, and I'm stuck to a desk, I'm stuck to a chair, I'm stuck to whatever quota, you know? I'm stuck to numbers to make sure my number doesn't get termed. Does that sound fair to you? Does that sound like a life you want to lead? Does that sound like something when you're in your casket one day that you'd be okay with? That you'd be okay with knowing that, like, you gave all that money, all that time, all that effort to somebody, and at the end of the day, all they cared about was how to pay out your beneficiary and change you to terminated in the books. Doesn't matter if you had 3, 10, 5, 15, 30 years of service. That's all human resources cares about. And you have to ask yourself if you're okay with that, if that's something that resonates with your spirit, that resonates with your aspirations. You know, I've seen a lot of people in my tenure, in my sales career, working thousands of leads, working with thousands of customers, dealing with thousands of phone calls over the past 10 years and then 15 years with my art business, that I see people realize at some point in their lives there's that moment of regret. There's that realignment. There's that, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? This isn't me. This isn't what I want. And if you're on this channel, that's probably where the universe has put you on this channel for, because you've realized, what the hell am I doing with my life? And there's so much more to life than just sitting at a desk and staring out a window. And you go, well, it's about money. It's about a stable job. It's what I've always been told. It's what I've always needed. It's what's always worked for me, you know? And that may be true. But when you have any kind of spark, any kind of passion where you're like, maybe there's something more for me, maybe there's something better for me than just sitting at this desk and staring outside and wondering when my life is going to start, then it's time for you to develop your own thing. You have to make it a priority. You have to. I have done a lot over the past month since I left my corporate job. I've grown in ways that I never thought that I would grow into, but I'm pretty happy with it because I'm away from the toxic culture that I was in before. And I've cultivated a lot from that place, but it is not, it's not always going to be there. You know, your full-time job is not always going to be there for you. Doesn't matter if they tell you they're like a family. Doesn't matter if they have great benefits. Doesn't matter if their glass door is booming with positive people to where even the rudest of Karens could work there and be happy. Okay? It matters for what it does for you, how it makes you feel, how it influences your life, the partnership you have with that place. And if you notice that those things are becoming wobbly, if they're not where you want them to be, and you're doing everything you can to fix it, and they're, no, 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 we don't want to do that. You need to start developing your entrepreneurial thing and going at that. Now, you're like, but that's always what I've known and what I've been stable with. Well, one of the things we discuss on this channel as a weird sister is we don't always go with what's normal. We go with what's weird. We go with what's different. Weird is what people want. Outcast is what people want. And outcast is what people want more than ever now. Because we're in a part of our society, our societal growth, where a lot of things are changing. A lot of minorities are getting recognition. A lot of things are starting to break and change forward. A lot of new ideas are being shared, recognized, understood, and implemented. So there's no reason why you can't do what you're trying to do, whatever it is. Dog grooming, mowing lawns, painting, notary stuff, painting bookcases, running a horse ranch, selling t-shirts, whatever the hell you're doing, make it happen. Because when you're in your casket and you're gone and you're looking back on your life, you're going to say, man, I wish I would have done that. I really had all the opportunity in the world and I never did it. I was good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people liked me, Stuart Smalley's. But I didn't do it because I had the stability of my roller office chair. I had the stability of my job and my career that was able to pay my family. Like, okay, but at the end of the day, you didn't do what you wanted to do. And that is why when you hear about people that are left behind in the afterlife, ghosts, poltergeists, those things, they have some kind of purpose on earth that they didn't get to fulfill. Something is binding them here because they didn't realize or complete what they wanted to. They have unfinished business, as it were, and they're wandering the earth for forever or however long because of that. Is that what you want? Is that what you want for yourself? You don't want to be able to go on peacefully and know that you did all you could do. You ate that last slice of pie. You went on that trip. You saw your kid's soccer game. You didn't miss it because you were working late for somebody else who's on a yacht, who doesn't even know your name or care about your dream. Like, do you and make it happen. And I know the struggle is real, and I know the struggle is hard. And I know it's probably not going to be something that you're 100% familiar with. But what I would recommend is reach out to your Small Business Owners Association, your SBA. Every state, if you're in America, has an SBA. Reach out to a CPA and look into filing business taxes. Reach out to, a website builder like GoDaddy or Bluehost or HostGator, something like that. See what you can do to start building your website. Look into getting business cards. Make time on the weekends for it. Get your family involved, Do whatever you need to do because this world is going to pass you by and life is too short. Whether you're 103 or 33, everyone when they pass away says, wow, that went by really quick. Maybe not so much for the person that was 103, but they'll probably have some things where they go, wow, that went by quick. Just the other day I was 79. I don't know. But you have to be able to take these chances and go at it. That being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. We're going to have a new art piece up, replacing this one from my collection that's on my website, beducci.co. And I'm also going to be putting in a channel update after I post this video. So thanks so much. I support you in all your goals and all your dreams, and I'm always here for you. So have a wonderful week, and thanks for visiting my channel.